Have you ever watched a house being built or built your own home? There is all the pre-building excitement, blueprints, permits, inspectors, approval, contracts, aspirin, and more planning. Finally, the workers come together and build a foundation, and the house begins to appear. In the first few months, what do you have? You have nothing more than a skeleton of a house, the frame. If you were to look at other homes, big or small, they would have a similar launch process and a similar way of having the house created. On a project, any project, there are fundamental activities that must happen before the work begins. The rules, management principles, planning, and general guidelines for a project are the project management framework. The project management framework is the skeleton of projects. And just like a house, even though every project has a general framing, the end results are typically different. The management of a project, the day-to-day activities, is the bones of successful project management. A project manager must monitor, maintain, and control the work of the project to ensure timeliness, accountability, quality, and success. Just as you would not randomly build a home without plans and a level of control, a project requires a level of detail and management to guarantee completion and accountability. The 5 processes of a project are initiating, planning, executing, control, monitoring, and closure. The 5 processes interact with one another and allow the project manager, the project sponsor, the project team, and even the stakeholders to witness the progress, success, and sometimes failure of the project. These processes are cyclic, interactive, progressively elaborated, and chock-blocked full of work, documentation, and project management participation. If you were to skim through the PMBOK guide, you would not see any chapters related directly to the 5 processes. Instead, you would find chapters on knowledge areas. The 5 processes of the project management lifecycle are spread across these knowledge areas. This PMP prep course will cross-reference the 5 process areas with the knowledge areas. Project Integration Management knowledge area details first with creating the official project plan. The project plan details can vary based on the project size, impact, and priority of the project. Once the project plan is created, integration management ensures that the plan is followed. Integration change control is responsible for managing and controlling changes to the project. We will discuss integration management in detail in implementing project integration management. Project scope management encompasses all the required work and only the required work necessary to complete the project. Work that does not support the needs of the project is considered out of scope. Project scope management also includes verifying the work that the project team is completing is in alignment with the project requirements. We will discuss scope in detail in managing the project scope management. Project time management develops a roadmap that provides an approach and schedule that outlines the deliverables of milestones for the project as defined within the project scope. Effective scheduling enables the project manager to accurately report progress to date, track tasks accomplished, and tasks in progress, as well as percentages of tasks completed to date. We will discuss time in detail in introducing project time management. Project cost management. There are several methods that can be used to predict project expenses, depending on the project type. For example, if you've done a similar project, you can rely on your historical information to predict the cost of the current project. Another method you can use is a mathematical formula called parametric modeling. This formula works well with price per unit, like cost per square feet, cost per metrics, and so on. In many instances, the proposed project may have widely different costs and aspects that have never been completed before. In these instances, the project manager will rely on traditional bottom-up estimates. Bottom-up estimates start at 0, with each expense accounted for until a grand total is reached. In your cost estimate, you will also need to calculate the cost of travel, hardware, and software needed to complete the project. Do not forget to factor in marketing material, training, petty cash, and money for the team rewards like tickets to ball games, movies, and other intermediate incentives. Once the project moves into implementation, you, the project manager, will be accountable for the approved budget and will have to keep track of procurements, fees, invoices, and employees' time. Throughout the project, management is going to want to see how things are progressing in dollars and cents. For starters, You will rely on actual cost against your predicted project baseline. This will only tell you so much. For complex projects, you will really need some advanced method to see the actual progress in monetary value. For this, you will use 9 different formulas to calculate the value of the project, any cost or schedule variances, and evidence that the project will likely finish on time and on budget. The 9 formulas comprise earned value management. We will discuss cost in detail in introducing project cost management. In any project, there is a demand for quality management. Project quality management planning is a process to ensure that the deliverables of the project satisfy its needs. We will discuss quality management in detail in introducing project quality management. Project human resource management is a process of successfully applying the right resources to the project work in the most effective way to accomplish the project goals while maintaining cost and schedule. We will discuss human resource in detail in introducing project human resource management. Project managers spend the bulk of their time communicating. Half of communicating is listening. When it comes to project communication, management knows this. It is all about who needs what and when. We will discuss communication in detail in introducing project communication. Risks are events that can affect a project for good or for bad. Project risk management is the process of identifying, classifying, and weighing the risk to determine their impact on the project, should they come to play. We will discuss risk in detail in introducing project risk management. Project procurement management is the process of purchasing goods or services from vendors. We will discuss procurement in detail in introducing project procurement management. Project stakeholder management. Every project will have stakeholders who are impacted by or can impact the project in a positive or negative way. While some stakeholders may have a limited ability to influence the project, others may have significant influence on the project and its expected outcomes. The ability of the project manager to correctly identify and manage the stakeholders in an appropriate manner can mean the difference between success and failure.